DK Drama, Bird Gang Sports, man. What's going on, everybody? I know it's been a while since, I've really been sitting down in the studio, just trying to film. I had to get out a little bit, clear the head a little bit, do a couple of videos outside of the box. And I don't know, I feel better now. We got the win yesterday. I feel better now. We got the dub. But the word for this video that I'm going to use is emerge. Because I was just sitting and thinking earlier, just thinking about the whole game and thinking about certain things that happened during the game, that just make me feel like the team is emerging, as one, as a whole unit. And I'm going to go and start with the first reason why. Yesterday clearly was Jordan Howard's coming out party. That is the reason why we probably didn't see Jordan Howard. Doug Peterson wanted to use that workhorse at the right time. He didn't want to risk anything early in the year, especially, September, when everybody's still trying to, get their legs under them and stuff like that. But yesterday was clearly Jordan Howard's coming out party, man. As you can see, he got, the 3 touchdowns. Even 1 receiving touchdown, out of the 3, which is, to me, that's damn good, because I think that's the reason Chicago really didn't like Jordan Howard. They couldn't use him like that because he couldn't catch out of the backfield like that. But he proved them wrong. The very first time, we did try to get him with the receiving pass, he scored a touchdown. So Jordan Howard's coming out party. Jordan Howard, ladies and gentlemen, has emerged. Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders, we all know Miles Sanders is the rookie, but Miles Sanders, he didn't let, none of his rookie mistakes really get in his head and get to him or slow him down. He had the two fumbles, the couple of drops, and he just didn't let it slow him down. He came out there and returned the ball for a 67-yard return, and that kind of really set the tone for the rest of the team. That was the starting point of, man, we about to turn this game around. 67 yards all the way up the field, gave Carson Wentz a short field, put the guys in great position, and they executed off of that play. And it just kind of trickled down from there. So Miles Sanders, he emerged yesterday. I would say he emerged. He emerged. Our offensive line, they emerged. And that's my opinion, I feel like the offensive line emerged because it wasn't too much blocking going on. And we all know, it's no surprise that the offensive line is a little older than, a lot of these teams. And to me, in my opinion, again, I feel like the offensive line just needed, to play a couple games, to get warmed up and get that rhythm back. They in rhythm now, and they were in great sync yesterday. They did an outstanding job against that defensive line and opening up the gaps so we could run, because we put up 176 yards on the ground. So that was outstanding right there. The offensive line has emerged. The older guys got their legs under their feet now, so we pretty much going to be able to do what we want to do to whoever we want to do it to on the ground. The offensive line has emerged. Carson Wentz. Now, I'm going to say Carson Wentz, he already emerged, but we couldn't really see it without that offensive line really protecting him and without other receivers, dropping passes, because it doesn't look like he's doing anything. Then he always getting pressure. He always evading pressure, eluding the pressure, and he getting the ball off and he putting it right in the basket. But guys were dropping it. They fixed that this week. Carson Wentz has emerged. Now, even though he evaded the pressure like a boss for one, but even though his numbers yesterday, it really is not the best numbers, 160 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. That is great. and then avoiding the sacks. You know, because he could have got sacked a few times yesterday, and he just avoided those sacks. So Carson Wentz, man, everything he did yesterday was efficient. The as far as his yards, he had 160 yards, but he won. So I mean, evidently he only needed the 160 yards, you know, in order to win by 7 points. So to me, that was efficient enough to get the job done. To me, Carson Wentz has emerged along with the rest of the guys. Derek Barnett. I would say Derek Barnett is he's coming out. He's coming out. He's coming out. Like, we all know the strip sack he had, and Brandon Graham ended up picking that fumble up. And it's crazy because the year of the Super Bowl, Brandon Graham had a strip sack on Tom Brady. Derek Barnett ended up picking the fumble up. So they kind of reversed the roles in those two games. It's just the little things that happen. When you got to look at certain things, like the magic's still in the air. The magic is still in the air in Philadelphia. And y'all need to know that, man. Like, Derek Barnett has emerged. I think he going to take this game and just feed off of that, and just we're going to see a good amount of play from Derek Barnett. Brandon Graham, the rest of the defense, like, that's where I think we are emerging as far as the defense go. We know the cornerback situation, our DB situation, it got to be handled. We got we brought Orlando Scandrick back, so it could be handled. We just got to see what Scandrick can do. Can he hold up for these 4 weeks until we get back Jalen Mills and what's his name? Cre'Von LeBlanc. We get back Jalen Mills, Cre'Von LeBlanc, and then hopefully they can hold it. He should be able to hold us off. You know, Craig James, he had a coming out party yesterday. You know, he came off the bench and essentially won the game for us yesterday. So shout out to Craig James, man, because that was a huge play, man. Whether you know it or not, that was a very huge play, man. So Josh Sweat is another one. Josh Sweat is another one that we didn't see nothing from Josh Sweat all year, but I think Josh Sweat, like, he kind of emerged a little bit. I wouldn't say he fully emerged, but we did see him yesterday slightly, but it was very good. You know, he caught the running back in the backfield. He was at the running back or the I forget who he caught, but he caught him in the backfield for a loss of 2 yards. So and it was very strong when he did it. It looked real good, and he looked really excited about it too. So hopefully he can feed off of that and keep it going. You know, Josh Sweat, you are emerging. I don't think you fully emerged yet. And our defensive line, y'all are emerging. You know, we got the injury issues, but y'all still did what you had to do. Y'all made your stops in the red zones. You did what you had to do. All in all, the cornerback situation is real crazy right now. Like, any Eagle fan will tell you though. Any Eagle fan will tell anybody that's not Eagle fans that's really been watching us, they'll tell you, like, our cornerback situation is crazy right now. So we really gotta work on that. Now, our cornerback situation is not even budged yet, so it's not even in the emerging process. So it's not emerged yet in the cornerback situation. But as far as the defense, we are emerging as a whole. DB's got to get straight. Malcolm Jenkins is being Malcolm Jenkins for sure. Rodney McLeod even looked kind of good. You know, Sidney Jones, speedy recovery, man. That's what I'm hoping to use, speedy recovery. But I think we should cut the ties with Sidney, man. It's too many injuries. Ronald Darby, same thing, man. We got to cut the ties, man. We got to cut the ties. And that's the same thing with Jalen Mills. If he come out here this year and he get hurt again, we don't have time to be. No, we trying to do something here. So, like 500 said, like a lot of people are saying it, man. Let's just go get Ramsey, man, so we can lock down over there and the defense will be emerged in. But as a whole, all in all, the offense, outstanding job. Ladies and gentlemen, our offense is here and they ready to play. They have now emerged with an excellent 5 for 5 in the red zone. They have emerged. We are here, man. Philadelphia Eagles are on the run. This is your boy DK Drama, Bird Gang Sports, and I'm out.